bags and stare at something greater. Gaze at malevolence wrapped in metal. Gaze at a pinnacle of punishment. Gaze at me, all hail Megatron! I do not hear you clapping. Much better. Now, does everyone see this yellow and red line I stand upon? Do you see this line or not? Touch it, die a thousand deaths. Now, Merry Christmas. Let us begin. Gryffindor. Loyalty and bravery. We stand for none of that. Where is Optimus Prime? Don't tell him to turn around when I'm talking to him. His poor form. What are you saying, Muggle? Where is your magic
car today? And don't worry, it's never happened before. Just want to avoid today being the day it does happen. Now, if you guys are wondering, where's this angelic voice coming from? Coming from me. Hi, everybody. My name is Julian. I'll be your guide here today as we lift the veil of secrecy on some of Hollywood's hottest filming locations. Now, before we head out, I want to make sure everyone's got a pair of 3D glasses with them. You guys are going to need those for the tour. If you guys did not get a pair, don't freak out, don't panic, don't worry.
This experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide, Julian, and the greatest driver, Vince. I love that. Even though Julian, only $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first,
Would you say some of our classic films we've made, all the way down to some of our more recent films? You might even spot out some of your favorite movies too. Right now we are currently heading down to our front lot, which is only a small section of our 400-acre property. Down here we have about 28 sound stages where we film a lot of movies, TV shows, commercials, which just wrapped up its newest season with returning host, as always, Carson Daly.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
As you guys just saw, stage 12 has been home to many iconic sets in movie history, including Dracula's Castle, Frankenstein's Lab, the Visitor Center from Jurassic Park, and even Scarface's Mansion. Now, while we're down here on the front lot, especially
My name is Alfred Hitchcock.
now currently Alfred Hitchcock's old office belongs to the De Laurentiis Company, who brought you shows like Hannibal on NBC with Mads Mikkelsen, but it was originally offered to Steven Spielberg, who turned it down and recommended that the office should be turned into a museum for Alfred Hitchcock.
Lou said he could move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. That should be a shrine, a museum.
Very excited just to know that he was there and walk by and know he was in that office.
Hitchcock is everywhere.
And I saw Hitchcock was walking around the commissary.
Hitchcock had his bungalow on the lot. I used to go see Alfred Hitchcock.
I loved working with him. I highly respected him. He really understood fear and terror. Birds, that was a really scary movie.
Birds? Oh man, that had me looking at crows like for the next 10 years.
Psycho, of course, very good. One of the all-time great masterpieces. Hitchcock was master.
Alright, now we are leaving the front lot behind, heading into our world-famous back lot, where the world is just right around the corner. Right now we're entering into the Metro sets, which is short for Metropolitan, because as you're about to see, we can build any major metropolitan city out here on the back lot. Make it look like we're in places such as LA, New York, Chicago, Seattle, London, Paris, anywhere in the world. We can make it look like we're out here. Now, a lot of the Metro set is split up into different sections to look like different parts of a major city. Now, this first area we're going to enter into, up here on the right, is known as Brownstone Street. Over there is where Kevin hid away from the Wet Bandits in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. It's also where Snoop Dogg joined comedians Jim Breuer and Dave Chappelle in Half-Baked. And it's where Jim Carrey and Jennifer Aniston lived in Bruce Almighty.
Place the dog!
In the shower! Fight back! Outside kick! Fight back! Outside kick!
Oh, you're done now.
Beautiful indeed. Out here on the back lot, we like to reuse our sets over and over again. We could decorate them to look like the past, present, future, and sometimes even all three. Right now, we've just entered into Courthouse Square. You guys might recognize this place a lot better as Hill Valley from Back to the Future. And over there on the left-hand side is the famous clock tower that lightning strikes to send Marty McFly and his time-traveling DeLorean back to the future. Now, this area hasn't only been used in Back to the Future Part 1, 2, and 3, but it's also been featured in films like Psycho 2, To Kill a Mockingbird, Bruce Almighty, and one of my favorite holiday horror films, Gremlins, as well. Alright, now we're going to leave the small town of Hill Valley behind and start making our way down to the Big Apple. Welcome to New York Street. We're about to enter into where we film a lot of big movies. Now here is where we film parts, and this is also the street where Chris Evans, playing Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, chased after a Hydra agent in Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, a lot of the buildings you're going to be seeing today, not just here on the Metro sets, but throughout the back lot, what we call facades, which are just the front and sides of a building. Because really, the only build that the camera's going to see.
Ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Star Island, and I was grateful to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet.
Terrible. And of course, we have some of our first ever environmentally friendly cars, the Flintstones vehicles. Powered by feet. No gas at all. Very green. And right there in the middle of the Fast and Furious cars is the Gyrosphere from Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, the gyrosphere, you might notice, is missing the glass that should be surrounding it. And that's because for the film, they built it without glass intentionally, as the glass surrounding the young actors would have been heated up by the sun, making it very uncomfortable for them to be inside of it. So, to spare them discomfort, they built it without glass and instead decided to digitally animate the glass in there after they were done filming. So the glass, a big role like that in any film, really helps to set the tone and the mood for what you're about to see. Now here in California, we don't get a lot of variations of weather. Usually it's sunny, every now and then it'll be cloudy and it might rain, but not all the time. So every now and then, we're going to take matters into our own hands and create weather ourselves. And we're going to show you just how we can do this, as right now, we're making our way down to Old Mexico. This is where we filmed and movies like Nacho Libre with Jack Black, as well as the Three Amigos with Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Chevy Chase. Alright, so over here on the left is our we're missing now is some rain. Now obviously this isn't real rain. It is real water though, that we're shooting up in the air using a sprinkler system and letting it naturally fall to the ground, making it look like rain. With lights and sounds, we create thunder and lightning, and then pressurize the water to make it as light as a drizzle, or as heavy as a thunderstorm. Alright, Control, go ahead and turn off the rain, please. Control, go ahead and turn off the rain, please. Oh, Control, that is a lot of water. Brace yourselves. This is not good. I warned you guys, there would be water effects today. And this particular effect was used in mode as quickly as you can. George? George! Oh no. Oh no! It was my ride home! What am I going to do? Uber, but what am I... Clear the area, gotcha. Remain seated, guys. For our safety, we're going to hide behind these barrels of gas. And don't worry, nothing bad ever happens behind the barrels of gas. We should be fine. Oh, no. Wow. This escalated very quickly. I apologize. Everyone stay calm, though. That's the most important thing. Stay calm. No need to panic, guys. No need to worry. That's just my good buddy, Bruce, the only shark in the world that can swim backwards. Way to go, Bruce. Now, Bruce is his real name, and he was more of a terror on...
You're a bad banana with a greasy black beard.
Now, as mentioned before, the majority of the sets out here are made of plywood and plaster. These sets, however, are also made of styrofoam to give them that nice, soft, smooth, round shape that you would find in a Dr. Seuss book. Now, like I mentioned, they did use one sound stage just for makeup, as they had a lot of actors, a lot of prosthetics that they had to be placed on, and it took them quite a while, so that's why they had to use an entire sound stage. But that was nothing he was able to use to his advantage, as he was not only a master of suspense, but also at advertising, apparently, as he was able to convince audiences that the reason for the limited release is that this was a movie too terrifying for them to see. That got everyone's attention, rushing to the theaters to make Psycho one of his most iconic films. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, up here on the left, the owner of the Bates Motel, Norman Bates, waiting for us. Norman, good to see you. Happy holidays. You seem in a cheery mood there. Or very... He's got a knife! We gotta go. We gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, do not let him on the tram. Fourth car. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Bye. Oh, that was close. We're gonna get out of here and get to the set from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Now this is the set where Tom Cruise and his family hid away during an alien invasion. And that over there on the left, that is a real 747 plane out there. Not a prop plane, not a fake plane, 100% real.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep pressing me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed?
Robbie, get in. Get in.
7 that production bought for $60,000, which is really cheap compared to the shipping and handling, because it cost them over $200,000 to ship it in pieces on flatbed trucks from the Mojave Desert to our back lot. So it cost them...
San Francisco. Either way, welcome. And he takes his hand off. It's such a wonderful gentleman. Takes his gloves off. You can, of course, take your hands off to shake hands. I wanted to mention also that they recently celebrated their 3rd-year wedding anniversary. And that kind of trust is probably going to come in pretty handy for this particular demonstration. We're going to be sending you into space. So I got to get a helmet on that head of yours. I'm going to send you back there to our stunt coordinator, Michael. So going back there. And SJ, you come on over here and stand right there. I've got a surprise for you. Coming in overhead is our Fisher Flying Rig. That's a highly sophisticated computer-controlled cable system, which we use to create the illusion of flight. It sounds very complicated, but don't worry, there's an app for that. This iPad, which you are going to be holding, controls that system. For the first time in your 3-year marriage, you're in charge of the remote control. Let me show you how this thing works. So when I tell you to, SJ, you're going to press that enable button, that's going to turn it on. This button right here turns it off. This green bar will take Chen Chen up and down. And this moves him wherever you want, as fast as you want. Have fun. You take your left hand and place it in there. So you have a good time with him, but don't touch anything until I tell you to. If he comes to you every step of the way, we'll get this relationship off the ground. All right, let's check in with our astronaut. So, Chen Chen, we're going to be sending you up into space now. Do you have anything you want to say to your wife before we do that? He said he loves you very much. All right, that's much better. Hey, SJ, tomorrow he's going to take you shoe shopping in Beverly Hills, where money is no object. For this final scene, we're going to use another special effect called rear projection. Larry, get in the back plane, please. Then we have space. Chen Chen. You're going to be there soon enough, but hit that enable button. And take him off the ground. Oh, he's up. Okay, hold right there 1 second. All right, Chen Chen, welcome to space. Take your hands off the cables for me. Put your hands out front. We're going to get your legs down this way. Put your shoulders back, like on the cables. Shoulders back and your chin up. Shoulders back. Look up. Look up. He's like a big starfish in space. All right, put your finger right there, and then moving that way, we'll get to the shot. Once upon a time, there was a starfish in space. Wait, Chen Chen, to the space station, big wave. Oh! Let's like this little button right there, we're going to take it back. Just for 1 second, we're going to try it 1 time. Shoulders back, chin up. You look completely natural. Put that enable button again. We'll take him off the ground this time about halfway up. Here we go. Oh! Chen Chen, take your hands off the cable. He's going around. Everybody wave for starfish. Way back, Chen Chen. Way back. Oh! We're just going to bring it back down. That was awesome. I got you right here. I missed you too. Let's give him a big round of applause. That was awesome. Oh! It's like Lady Gaga on the Super Bowl. That's the body language of a man having a great time. We're going to bring you in for a landing. Chen Chen, touchdown. Shoulders back. Chin up. Chin up.